This is a special meeting to hold an executive closed session of the City of Orange Township held in the Council Chambers, City Hall, 29 North Day Street, Orange, New Jersey, on Monday, June 9th, 2025 at 7 o'clock p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
Can we have Councilwoman Summers Johnson? Yes, allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilman Kerry Coley.
Present.
Councilwoman Tennessee Eason.
Here.
Councilwoman Quantavia Hilbert.
Present.
Councilman Weldon Montague III.
Present.
Councilman Clifford Ross.
Present.
Councilwoman Jamie Summers Johnson.
Present.
Council President Adrian Wooten.
Here.
Also present, Joyce Lanier, the City Clerk, Chris Hartwike, Business Administrator, appearing virtually, Gracia R. Montillis, the City Attorney, and Tricia Scipio from the Clerk's Office. See no other city official present. The city clerk announces that the requirements of NJSA 10:4-9 at SEC Sunshine Law has been met. A notice of this meeting was sent to the record transcript and published in the Star Ledger on Friday, June 6, 2025, posted on the city's website, www.orangenj.gov, posted on the City Council's website, www.orangetwpnjcc.org, and filed in the office of the city clerk. Where? Well, there's a resolution on that, so we're just going to vote it down. It is hot. Resolution 287-2025, a resolution to hold an executive closed session. Please be advised that proper notice was in fact served, and it is understood that there's been a request that the content of this meeting be held in the open. So resolution 287-2025 is on the floor for consideration. Can I get a motion?
A motion to vote down.
Is there a second?
Second. Montague.
We have a motion and it's been properly seconded. Motion made by Council President Adrian Wooten, seconded by Councilman Weldon Montague. On the motion?
Could you do me a favor and take your bag down?
You want to see my pretty face?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Put it back.
On the motion. Hearing none, roll call. Councilman Coley.
Yes.
To vote down, correct?
To vote.
We're not going.
Yeah.
So it's the motion, so it's a no, correct? We're not going into executive session.
No, we're not.
Okay, no.
It's Councilman Coley.
We, yes.
It's a motion to vote down, right? So
The
it's yes.
votes, you said the vote down executive session.
You voted it down, correct?
But I did a motion
To vote down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Councilman Coley, you're voting it down, correct?
Yes.
Councilwoman Eason?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hilbert?
Yes.
Councilman Montague?
Yes.
Councilman Ross?
Yes.
Councilwoman Summers Johnson?
Yes.
Council President Adrian Wooten?
Yes.
The resolution is voted down. We will not be going into executive closed session. We will be moving forward.
Citizens'
Citizens' comments. All those wishing to have any comments with respect to the contents of this meeting or any city business shall approach the microphone, state your name and address. Remember, comments are going to be made with respect to city business, and anyone that utters or phrases anything that the council body determines to be disrespectful, disorderly, or out of context is subject to reprimand, including possible expulsion. Thank you. No, it's going to be 5. You have 5 minutes to speak.
Council President Donna K. Williams Orange, can you
Is there
state the
nobody?
reason? Can you state the reason for the meeting before we make comments so we know what we're commenting on?
Yes.
Purpose of the meeting is to discuss.
There's no
So the
sign.
purpose of this meeting is to discuss personnel
That's
matters.
fine.
And I'm assuming the person for personnel matters has requested the open meeting. Thus, can you give detail, or is it just,
She requested an open meeting.
so you possibly can say how great she is, how bad she is, or whatever? That's what I'm saying, you can't expound on that?
So just so that we're clear, you've started to, we're going to start your time
I'm gonna sit back, I'm just saying,
Okay.
can you expound on that?
on the purpose of, okay. So as council president stated, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss personnel matters. Originally, we were going to go into executive session to have these discussions regarding this topic. There was a request that it be held in open session. So at this point, there's really nothing else to expound on except that the contents of the meeting is again to in fact discuss a personnel matter.
Council President, is it possible to suspend the rules and have citizens' comments after everything is heard?
No, because there's a portion of citizens' comments after we do this next thing.
There's another portion of citizens?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Motion to close citizens' comments.
Is there a second?
Second, Ross.
Motion made by Councilwoman Summers Johnson to close citizens' comments. It was properly seconded by Councilman Ross on the motion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Citizens' comments are hereby closed. There's a walk-on resolution. Number of the resolution is 288-2025. The title of the resolution reads as follows. Resolution pursuant to NJSA 40A:9-133 for the clerk's adherence to the Orange Municipal Code, all applicable laws and policies, affirming and clarifying the duties of the municipal clerk and deputy clerk.
I make a motion
To walk this on?
288-2025.
Is there a second?
Second, Councilman Ross.
There's been a motion by Councilwoman Summers Johnson that's been properly seconded by Councilman Coley to walk on this item on tonight's agenda. On the motion? Seeing none, roll call. Councilman Coley?
Yes.
Councilwoman Eason?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hilbert?
Yes.
Councilman Montague?
Yes.
Councilman Ross?
Yes.
Councilwoman Summers Johnson?
Yes.
Council President Wooten?
Yes.
Motion passes. Resolution 288-2025 is now on the agenda. Is there a on this one, yeah? Okay, that's fine. Can I get a motion to open up citizens' comments with respect to the resolution that's been walked on?
Move Wooten.
Second, Hilbert.
There's been a motion to open citizens' comments by Council President Wooten, properly seconded by Councilwoman Hilbert. On the motion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? The floor is now open for citizens' comments. Is there a copy of the resolution outside? There are copies of the resolution that was walked on. There are copies on the outside.
So this is the second citizens' comments?
Yes.
But y'all haven't discussed anything. So how can we ask questions if there's been no discussion?
We just walked on a resolution, and pursuant to the code, there's always a citizen's comment after we walk on a resolution.
So the resolution is outside in the hallway.
Point of order.
We'll take a a brief recess.
I was actually just going to ask that if we could take a recess.
There's no resolutions.
Councilwoman, I recommend a brief recess so we can fix this issue or resolve this issue.
Make a motion for a 5-minute recess.
Is there a second? Thank you. There's been a motion for a 5-minute recess. Councilwoman Summers Johnson, properly seconded by Councilman Curley on the motion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? There's a 5-minute recess. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in regular session. We're opening up there's still a motion, an active motion for citizens' comments. Anyone would like to speak, please approach the microphone. Please state your name and your address prior to speaking. You'll be allowed 5 minutes to make your comments.
Hello everyone. Nobody expect if I was talking today. My English is not too good, but some of the people know I speak 5 languages.
Sir, your name and your address, and also if you could step a little closer. Thank you, sir.
My name is Michael Jim Baptiste, 368 Jackson Street. You guys, we come here because we heard yesterday they're gonna fire Joyce. So today is not they're gonna give her a warning. So I don't know why you guys doing that. She don't have enough help, and you guys targeted her because you guys, after the warning, I know you guys gonna fire her because that's the way you guys doing it. You know, when I was in the city of Orange, you guys drive me crazy until I quit. But that's not fair. Right now, the way you guys treating people, police officer, city employee, you guys plan to fire a lot of people. If she don't have enough help on the city clerk, so what you guys expect her to do? Also, if she take a vacation, you guys go crazy. Whatever you guys have personal problem with her, you guys treating her like crap. That's not fair. Some of the people, the council, I know you guys like her, but they have one person control all the city council. So she have to pay the lawyer, she have to make people come, and I was driving a truck, I watched to come here. She's not my friend, but when I heard people getting fired, whatever you guys doing, that's driving me crazy. Because 2018, when I was in the city, nobody able to help me, nobody able to defend me. When you guys cut off my hours for 40 hours to 12 hours, she have kids. So I'm pretty sure, 90% chance, you guys gonna fire her on 30 days. We lost 2 members from the city clerk, right? They leave. Because I'm pretty sure they know you guys gonna fire them too. So they just left. So that doesn't make any sense. And I know what you guys doing. I'm gonna tell that up front. Everybody, you guys gonna drive her crazy for a little period of time. And after 30 days or 90 days, you guys gonna call it quit and you guys gonna fire her. The same way you guys plan to fire a bunch of police officers and city council, city employee, you know. So because you guys say you guys don't have enough money in the budget, you guys cannot start from her. She doing a good job. Every time somebody go to the city, they call her, she call her team, her staff. She have short staff. She lose 2 people. You guys not even plan to replace those 2 people. So that's the way you guys gonna treating her. You guys gonna treat everybody the same. I don't know. I don't know who's agree, but you guys know she's doing a good job. She's not supposed to be here. And I'm pretty sure she's hurt. Thanks God. When you guys drive me crazy at the city of Orange, 2018, everybody knows that. I become one of the millionaires in Orange. Right now, I make $2-3 million easy. I was crying. When I was driving to go to work, I almost have an accident because I was thinking about how I'm gonna feed in my 2 kids. You know, it was hard for me. I'm pretty sure she like that. Look at her. She's stressed. She's stressed, Council President. How you feeling? How you feeling if somebody fire you?
Sir, just keep comments rather than questions, if we're just
I'm
going to
not
take
asking
comments.
questions, sir.
You
I'm
did,
talking.
you just asked her.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. How you feeling? You're not
Sir,
gonna
you
f-
can't
okay,
ask me
I'm not
questions.
asking
Make your
question.
comments,
Okay,
please.
nobody not gonna feel if you lose your job. Right now, if you lose your job, because you know you keep stop and interrupt me, right? So my minute go fast. So how somebody gonna feel? Nobody not gonna feel anything. Just please. Mantilas, who connaît
Sir,
faire job?
sir.
Okay, I'm not asking question. I'm talking to you.
No, but you're
Like
going to also
Haitian,
talking.
Haitian.
Okay, stop the time.
You know what I'm talking about.
Preserve his time.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir,
Yes.
number one,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to keep your comments to English. There are not going to be any side comments or anything like that. We're going to preserve your time, and this goes to everybody.
Okay.
We're going to preserve your time, and we're going to respect your time.
Okay.
But please, make your comments. Do not ask the panel any questions. Make your comments and move on. How much time?
Okay. Let me have
You have
the
33
rest of
seconds,
my
sir.
minute.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I hope the warning you guys give it to her, don't drive her crazy. I know you guys gonna drive her crazy. I mean, I don't talk about you guys. So the person gonna drive her crazy, they knows. It's listen to me right now. They listen to me right now. And I know they don't drive her crazy. What's gonna happen, she's gonna come back to work, you guys gonna force her to leave. Whoever gonna replace her, you guys gotta do the same, and the same. As long the person don't do what you guys wanna do, you guys gonna drive the person crazy. That's a machine. That's a machine. You guys do the same thing with the same person. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Is there a motion to close citizen?
April Gaunt Butler, Tremont Avenue. I have a question. So if the rationale or the reason for this meeting this evening is to terminate the city clerk, my first question is, were there any evaluations done on the city clerk?
That's not the topic here, Councilwoman.
Okay, so
Point of order,
that's one
point of order.
question.
Point of
Second
order.
question.
Can I have a
Excuse
point
me
of
for
order,
one
Oh,
moment.
please?
go ahead.
Can I have a point of order? Attorney Montel,
Put your mic down.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Attorney Montelis, so that we don't get into all of that's happening, just explain the night's meeting is not to terminate anyone. So whoever floated that information told the
That's what
wrong
we want.
story.
We want
So let's
an
get that straight,
explanation.
number
We don't know
one.
where that came from.
We are not
Perfect, then I'll
terminating
know what to
anyone
talk about.
tonight.
Stop my time.
Yeah.
Explain what the meeting is.
Exactly. We have no clue.
So we want just.
So just so we're clear, again, a third
explain the
time,
meeting.
this is to discuss a personal matter that has nothing to do with termination. For a third time. With that being said, there was a resolution that has been worked on that is self-explanatory with respect to what the council will consider. Based upon that, are there any further citizens that would like to speak? Is there a motion to close?
Move, Wooten.
There is a citizen standing up.
Donna K. Williams, Orange, New Jersey.
Please move closer to the mic, Councilwoman. Thank
Right
you.
on it. Attorney Gross. I understand personnel is a very broad subject. And for the people, I'm assuming this is a public meeting, so at some point it will be on YouTube at some point.
It's broadcasting now.
It's broadcasting live?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody in the YouTube audience does not have the resolution, and that's why I asked you. So this is the first time you said personnel and not to fire. So if you can expound, is it personnel to explain the duties so that everybody's on the same page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you just say personnel, what it is exactly for?
Okay.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Wooten?
So no one from this body, from the administration, said that our municipal clerk was gonna be fired. No one said that. We didn't say it to her. We didn't say it to each other. No one said it. So you might need to ask whoever posted that information on Facebook and Instagram, like, who told him or her that this clerk was being fired? Because no one from this municipal body said that at all.
Well, Council President,
So I'm
This
sorry
is-
to interrupt, Councilwoman. Let me just make a statement before
Stop
this
the clock.
gets out of hand. We're going to stop the time, preserve Councilwoman Williams' time before this gets out of hand. To clarify, and to further expound on Council President's statement. Number one, there was nothing put out by the council or the administration with respect to any aspect regarding termination. Not one item. That's number one. Number two, a resolution was walked on and a title was read onto the record. And the title was clear, and I'll read it again. Resolution pursuant to a state statute NJSA 40A:9-133 for the clerk's adherence to the Orange Municipal Code, all applicable laws and policies affirming and clarifying the duties of the municipal clerk and the deputy clerk. So the purpose of this meeting is to clarify the duties and the responsibilities of the clerk going forward, and any further action that needs to be taken will be taken to the extent that there's not an adherence or compliance to this resolution that's being walked on. So having said that, the public can in fact have comments. Council President is 100% right. This council nor the administration will ever be responsible for rumors that are floated around. Never. So having said that, the floors again remains open for public comments. We've preserved the councilwoman's time. And let me know when you'd like to begin.
so thank you for that clarification. So you're clarifying the duties of the municipal clerk and deputy clerk. Who would be the deputy clerk?
So the deputy clerk has not yet been chosen, has not been selected. The deputy clerk will be chosen by this governing body at their, when they decide to convene on that selection.
And for
So as of right now, Councilwoman, we don't have a deputy clerk.
And for clarification, I stepped up here 3 times and asked, can you expound on the reason for this meeting? Because personnel is a very broad term. And at the time, we did not have the resolution. So thank you for that clarification.
Motion to close citizens' comments?
Second, Montague.
There's been a motion to close citizens' comments by Councilwoman Summers Johnson, properly seconded by Councilman Montague. On the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Citizens' comments are now closed.
Council comments?
Council comments? Councilwoman Summers Johnson.
My only comment is that the internet is a very dangerous place. And if we could get to the bottom of who puts out these lies and rumors, it would make our life much better. I received it through text, I received screenshots, and we have a huge election tomorrow, and energy could be put towards that rather than this. I know the flyer was hurtful, there were pictures on the flyer. Someone really took their time to purposely hurt people, and I just think it's a disgrace. So I'm happy that we are here, I'm happy that we clarified it, but it just makes me angry how dangerous the internet can be. Thank you.
Councilman Ross?
Thank you. I just want to reiterate that I don't know where the rumor came from that our clerk was going to be fired, but that is absolutely, totally untrue, okay? We only have jurisdiction of 2 people, the clerk and the deputy clerk, okay? And this evening, we're setting the record straight that, you know, we want her to know, and the deputy clerk to know that what your responsibilities are, what your duties are, so we're all on the same page, okay? And that's important to us, and should be important to the clerk and the deputy clerk, okay? So, that's all I want to say is that, you know, I'm happy with what you do, okay? And I just hope that tonight, and after you get what your job descriptions are, that you'll be able to perform them to the best of your abilities, and that we're all on the same page. Thank you.
Councilman Montague?
Well, of course, Clifford Ross spoke uttered the same words. I have confidence in Joyce Lanier. She's a great clerk. We're just defining her role as a clerk. I always knew from the beginning we weren't here to fire her. So I just want to defer to my council colleagues. Please.
Councilwoman Hilbert?
Thank you. I am glad that it was just a rumor. I'm also very interested in the procedures to move forward with making sure that we do give our clerk the support she needs in her office. I know we did have some people leave. They found employment elsewhere. So I am interested to see this process as we help support our clerk and rebuild her office so that we could function as a whole. I do have a question, though, in regards to the items that were listed from the handbook. Why were these statutes listed? Is this like everything that was listed from the handbook, or were these picked out for specific reasons? It's right after the paragraph that says, "Be it further resolved," and there's parts of the code from the employee handbook all listed there. Employee assistance program, dismissal, family and medical leave of absence, hours of work.
And I apologize, Councilwoman Hilbert, if you can just restate your question so I and/or Council President, whoever's going to answer it, can properly understand the question.
Yes, okay, so I just received this today as I sat here today, so I just glanced over it. So I was just curious, why do we list these policies from the employee handbook? Was there a specific reason why we listed these, or it's just general, everything here?
I think, and further, if Council President Wooten wants to further piggyback of what I'm about to respond to, that's fine. I think after having limited discussions with the law department with respect to the contents of the resolution, I think these sections that were highlighted in this recital portion of the resolution are areas of concern that certainly want to be at least pointed out so that they're adhered, so that they're specifically adhered to and understood.
Okay, so these are very specific. Okay.
Okay.
My other question, I can continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My other question is, this says that is listing the job responsibilities of the municipal clerk and deputy clerk. So being that we are in the midst of, in the middle of a budget season, how would that affect us?
In terms of what? The deputy clerk? In terms of what?
Right. Could we just operate with the clerk assistants that we have now instead of promoting or hiring a deputy clerk?
I think that's a question for the administration, but I certainly I think there's an expectation that the office will properly function as constituted.
So we do. Okay. All right. That was the end of my questions, and I yield the rest of my time. Thank you.
Thank you.
For clarifying.
Yes, ma'am. Councilwoman Eason?
Yeah, let me just say for the record, I don't understand where I got a flash or a text on my cell phone, and we all know where it came from. Nobody's just not honest enough to say where it came from. We all know where it came from. So, but I'm gonna leave that alone because I get enough texts in the on my phone all day. It bings all day long that I don't need to be getting texts from anonymous or from nowhere, and people don't know where they come from, with nonsense. Because we all know that was what it said, she was gonna be fired, and that was not true. But let me just say for the record, I don't attend meetings just to be here. I could be home taking my nap. I worked all day. So if we're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty of why we are here, let's just do that. And I'm gonna say, and I was in a meeting earlier, one of the things I like when I go to meetings and I have them, there has to be a resolution or some action taken after we go through the process. Now, we all know why we're here. Every one of you sitting around here, and I don't believe in talking about people behind their back. Let's be upfront and honest. All of you have had some concerns about the clerk's office. Let's just be honest. This is why we're here tonight. So what I'm saying is, as a result of this meeting, as we do with, and I think one of our constituents had a good question about evaluations. Out of this meeting, and I don't know whether our president works with the law attorney office, but we need a constructive action plan of some of the concerns that we have. And I'm quite sure Ms. Lanier knows, because I've talked to her when I was council president, that there are some concerns. And we need to address those concerns. But do it in a way so that we don't hurt people, but we teach them and develop them in the type of people that we want them to be, to do the type of job we want to be. And how do we do that? When I do my evaluations, or when I was supervising, or when I said, don't tell me I did something wrong if you never told me the right way or how you wanted it to do it. So when I get a new boss, the first thing I do is sit down, I go in the office and I say, I need to know your expectations. What do you expect of me? Because when my evaluation comes, don't tell me I didn't dot my I when you never told me it needed to be dotted. So I'm just saying, as a result of tonight, I'm hoping our city attorney will sit with us as the council. We will put in a corrective action plan, and then we will evaluate it every 3 months as we go through this process. We need an action plan moving forward, because we can't just come here and talk about, here's what we should do, you should do this, and then next council meeting you get a phone call, oh, the clerk didn't do this, the clerk didn't do that. So don't sit here and say you didn't have some concerns, because you do. And I gotta say, Ms. Lanier has done an excellent job for the council. But things have changed, and we need to address those changes. But let's do that in a factual way so that nobody has anything to say about what we didn't do and what we did do. Our city attorney knows what the law is, and there's some action that we should have taken. So I'm just saying, based on what's listed here, and I know from what's listed here is some of the concerns that the council has. So I'm gonna be honest with you. So let's take these concerns that we're talking about, let's develop a constructive action plan, a corrective action plan. We will present it to our city clerk, and we will get a commitment that we will evaluate it each month, and you will do the documentation as we move forward in that evaluation. So when it comes for the 3 months or up, you can, and you don't have to make it 3 months, you can make it a month. And then you can sit down and with her and say, here's some of the things we need you to improve. All of us need improvements in our job. There's no ifs, ands about it. But somebody needs to tell us what we need to improve on. Because when I get my advice, it's a thing, listen, first thing I say, because I let my boss know I work hard. So if you didn't tell me that I need to do something before evaluate, don't come there and talk about, oh, you were 5 minutes late getting to work. Really? Really? So I think we can move forward with that and make every meeting mean something. We just don't come here and sit and twiddle our thumbs and say, oh, you did a great job. Then tomorrow you say, oh, she screwed that up, or she didn't send that out. Let's just be honest. Let's do the right thing. And I hope our city attorney will commit to that or assign someone to do that and work with all the council members so we have some input as to what we think the corrective action plan should be. And give Ms. Lanier some things, and maybe it might be some extra courses or training or whatever to get where we need her to be. Thank you.
So, Council Vice President, that's not a hope, that's a reality. The City Attorney's Office stands at the ready to assist the governing body with any action plan that it deems appropriate. So we make that commitment on the record today. We wait for further instruction. Thank you. And I also remind the members of the public, there is no yelling out during comments. You had your opportunity to come up to the microphone and speak. We will not stand for any disruption. Thank you. Councilman Coley.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. City Attorney. I will be brief. I really don't like the comment, you know, but when I seen that text earlier today, I said, what the hell is this? We all know that our clerk is a statutory employee. You just can't fire a statutory employee. You know, so whoever, again, like folks said, we know who sent it. You know, it's just crazy. You know, you just can't fire a clerk. You know, people just like to do things just to get a response and get a reaction out of people. You know, and it's truly a shame that, you know, the general public, you know, is that gullible, you know, just to fall, you know, for anything, you know, that someone says. You know, we live in a society where people can say anything about anybody, and just cause all kind of, you know, havoc. You know, and this is just one of these, and this is just one of these situations. But I'm glad that we got this resolution on the agenda, so we could all have some clarity as to what is expected and what's not expected, and the idiot that sent out that text. You know, I'm calling you an idiot.
Yes,
I'm calling you idiot,
definitely.
and I'll leave it right there.
Good job.
Council President, I got everybody right. Council President
Yes.
Wooten.
You did. My statement is going to be very short. When I get a text at 12 a.m. in the morning with some ludicrous mess, it's a shame. And what's more a shame, I got text messages from people saying, why are we getting rid of her? When no one said we were getting rid of her. The really sad part is that you read information that hasn't been fact-checked. You read this information, you don't know where it came from initially. Somebody's brain, they just made it up. And then people just follow that crap. And it's crap. And it makes no sense to me. It really makes no sense to me. I talked to the municipal clerk. She knows how I feel about her. She asked me Wednesday night after the meeting, are y'all getting rid? I'm like, where did you get that crap from? Did I not ask you that? I said, who told you that? Was it any of us? She wouldn't tell me who told her. So it's a shame that you use people like that. It's a shame that you use moments like that. This is what the other side does all the time, and we are always mad, and we always talk about it. But then we do it ourselves in our own community to our own people. It's ridiculous, and it needs to stop. This resolution right here, as my council member said, it's a resolution just setting forth the code, setting forth the New Jersey state, and setting forth a lot of applicable law as it speaks to the clerk in her office. That's all it is. And I'm sorry that if you came out here tonight thinking that we were gonna fire her, shame on you. I'm sorry that you believe that crap. I'm sorry that you didn't call any of the council members sitting here. I'm sorry. So the people who make these crazy statements and put out this literature and put out music to it and take all that time to put people's names and my photograph on it, that's an old picture. So next time you're gonna put my picture on something, use a new picture, please, because I don't look like that anymore. I'm a little bit older, a little bit more gray hair. But to be serious, like I talked to the municipal clerk the other day, and we talked for about an hour, and she knows full well nobody was trying to fire her. She knows it. And she knows
how people feel about her as a council. She knows it full well. I'm just sorry that the people that got caught up in the crap, listened to it, spread it. Some people probably came here tonight just caught up in the crap, wasted their time. Attorney Martin.
Thank you, Council President. Resolution 288-2025 is on the floor for consideration. Is there a motion?
Motion, Summers Johnson.
Second, Montague.
There's a motion to consider Resolution 288-2025 has been motioned by Councilwoman Summers Johnson, properly seconded by Councilman Montague. On the motion. Seeing none, roll call. I'm sorry.
We got, just a quick question. Can we make this a part of our corrective action plan when we do it together? We can also add this in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other on the motion comments? Seeing none, roll call. Councilman Coley.
Yes.
Councilwoman Eason.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hilbert.
Yes.
Councilman Montague.
Yes.
Councilman Ross.
Yes.
Councilwoman Summers Johnson.
Yes.
And Council President Adrian Wooten.
Yes.
Motion passes. 288-2025 is adopted. Council President, before we take a motion, strike that, any new business? Council President, before we take a motion to adjourn, if I may.
Yes.
Breaking news, everyone, breaking news. The City of Orange Township does have a law department, and the law department would advise the governing body on any actions taken before it is in fact taken. So I do echo all the comments, especially Councilman Coley and Councilwoman Wooten that were made. No action will be taken without the advisement of the legal department, so that the law is actually understood. That's point number one. Point number two, for those of you who are here and for those of you who are listening on the broadcast, this is how meetings will be run going forward. This is how orderly meetings will be run going forward. We will not tolerate anything that's disruptive or out of order, because we are here to conduct city business for the benefit of the residents of this beautiful city of Orange Township. So just so you understand, and you can let the word get out, this is how our meetings are going to be run. Everybody will adhere to order and subject to expulsion if necessary. Everybody. With that being said, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Summers Johnson.
Second, Montague.
It's been a motion to adjourn by Councilwoman Summers Johnson, properly seconded by Councilman Montague on the motion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Meeting is adjourned at 7:50 p.m. Thank you for coming out.